Hello, my name is Briar. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about my 2024 writing goals. So this video has been quite a long time coming. It is the second week of January. I took the first week to really clarify what exactly it was that I was doing because the end of 2023 was a chaotic hot mess, and of course I got sick. It was probably COVID. I didn't test myself, but it was probably COVID. So I wasn't feeling my best when it came to making plans for the new year. So I put it off, and now I'm finally feeling like I have a good solid idea of what I want to do with my writing life in 2024, and I decided to film and upload and share it. Now, a bit of a elephant in the room is that I have not uploaded a video since the beginning of October 2023. And in that video, I talked about my alternative plans for Preptober, how I wanted to do a lot of writing classes and learn more about writing process and craft and things in October before diving into NaNoWriMo in November. The very first class that I took was the Book Finishers Bootcamp by Rhonda Douglas. And part of that 10-day, 7-day, I don't even remember how long it was, bootcamp course, she said something that altered my entire perspective for my plans for the end of 2023. And I ended up changing everything, refocusing, and I feel like I accomplished a lot in 2023. But the shift of my focus meant that I wasn't so comfortable filming and uploading because I had so much writing that I wanted to do. So unfortunately, I guess it's the perils of being an author tuber where I want to be an author that my writing is always going to take priority. So more on that to come in later videos about what exactly I was spending my time doing. But the point is, I spent October, November, and December writing. So that really shaped my goals for 2024 as well. So I'm going to go through a lot of that in detail, but the basics of it is I went from writing my middle grade science camp story about my kids who find magic and discover the magical world hidden at science camp. And I decided to refocus on one of my first stories. I think I've made a couple videos about this in the past. It is my young adult paranormal fantasy story about a werewolf hunter who is basically searching for redemption. She was brought up as a hunter and fought and killed werewolves in the past and realized that there is nuance there that she hadn't recognized and that she didn't want to be a hunter, so she ran away. And that's the starting point of the story, is she's run away, and of course the supernatural isn't going to leave her alone. But I decided to go back to working on that novel, and that's where all of my goals for 2024 are stemming from, is working on that story. So my writing goals for this year are sort of like a pyramid of building blocks, because I can't reach my ultimate goal without doing the smaller ones first. So cut to the chase, my ultimate goal, the thing that I want to do this year, is I want to take this werewolf hunter story and start to query it to agents. Now, I originally did query this story in 2021, and I have since reread it and done a lot of revising of the story and realized that there was a reason I got a lot of rejections in 2021, and it's mostly because I didn't know what the story was about, so I couldn't pitch it very well, and it just wasn't that strong. It wasn't that strong of a story. And now my opinions of what I can do with that story has changed. The plot line is fairly different, and everything is changed, and I'm really excited. So onto my stepping stone goals that are going to get me to that ultimate ready to query goal. So the base layer of my goal, the base layer of this building block pyramid that I have to build to get to that querying pinnacle, is I have to finish revising. I'm going to make a whole video about all the steps that I'm doing to revise this novel, because it's a lot. It's very intense. I thought it wouldn't take me this long, but it really has, and it's been really worth it. But I got to a point where I am comfortable moving into the drafting stage yesterday. So I'm super excited to get into the drafting stage, which is the second part of that base block. I have to finish the revision and I have to draft the dang thing. My goal is to finish this redraft by middle of February so that I can continue working on it, tweaking it a little bit through March. So basically, quarter one of 2024, my goal is to finish drafting this new version of my Werewolf Hunter story. From there, in end of March, early April, I'm going to be rereading it, revising it to a minimal degree because I've done so much prep work that I hope there won't be like major edits. It'll be more of a proofread and clarification reread of that so that by April I can get the story out to beta readers or a developmental editor or people who will read it and give me feedback, because I have lots of people who have said they would do that for me in the past, and I have done that for several people before in the past, and I haven't really gotten much response from people who I've sent stories to in the past. I've read entire novels and shared critiques and edits and ideas and brainstormed with other people, but I haven't really gotten that back. So I'm kind of hesitant about critique partners, and looking for beta readers is really difficult, and I'm terrible at online community, even though that's like the whole point of this channel. I'm just really bad at it because I'm inconsistent. But my goal for quarter two is to get beta readers, to get this story into other people's hands so they can read it and give me feedback, and then spend some of the end of quarter two, early quarter three revising based on that, so that by the end of summer, middle of quarter three of 2024, I will be building up my query package and starting to query agents. And saying that is terrifying because I've always told myself that, oh, I'll just take my time, I'll wait till things are ready. And this year I'm really putting a timeline on it. I want to be querying this story by the end of the summer. And I haven't even started redrafting it yet. But I know that I'm a fast writer. Spoilers for my revision video, I won NaNoWriMo while revising this quite easily. And I know that I can write 80,000 words in the next month or two, and that's not going to be a big push for me, except for if I lose focus or if my job implodes, which, you know, life happens. So I'm hoping that I will be querying by the end of summer. That is my goal. That is what I'm striving for. That is what I'm working for. I am going to start drafting today, which is also terrifying, but very exciting. And I hope to continue to share along the way what my writing is going to look like and what this process to going from 0 words to query ready in the same year. I mean, I say 0 words, but I mean, I've written this story 3 times. This is going to be my 3rd time, and I've revised it to death. I know what my story is. I know who my characters are. I know what the world is. I have this story in my heart, and all I have to do is get it onto paper. So I guess time isn't my enemy here, but it is scary because I've never put a timeline on it before. So wish me luck. If you're interested in reading a story about a teenage werewolf hunter who discovers that she shouldn't be hunting werewolves because they're not actually the evil monsters her mother told her they were, and figuring out how to hunt a werewolf that wants to kill her when she doesn't want to hunt werewolves, and there's a lot of things going on in the story that I'm really excited about, and I'm really happy to get started writing. But I'm also pushing myself to do a lot this year. It's all in one project. It's basically one goal with many steps to lead up to it. I am not sure what the rest of the year would look like. If I get through to the query ready stage by the end of summer, like I hope, then that would mean I am free and easy for NaNoWriMo. I don't have a plan. I don't have another project that I would want to put all of this focus into. I mean, I have lots of projects that I could put a lot of focus into. I have my demon subculture story. I have my science camp story that I worked on for so much last year. This werewolf hunter story could very easily become a series. So maybe after spending so much time in this world, I would want to write a sequel. There's a lot of options, and I'm not going to know what I'm going to do until I get there. Because one of the biggest things that I learned about myself in the last several months is that if I start thinking too far ahead, then I start living too far ahead and I don't finish what it is that I want to do. So while there are a lot of ideas in my head of stories that I want to write, that I'm excited to write, I'm not letting myself explore that right now because I want to focus on my werewolf hunter. I want to tell her story before I get into so many others. And I've lived in this world already for 3 months, and it's going to be where I continue to live for the next 6 to 8 at least. That's weird for me because I'm used to jumping around in projects, but focusing all of my energy so intently on this one project is simultaneously scary because focus has always been a bad word in my life, and freeing because I know what I'm going to work on when I sit down to write. I know what characters I'm going to get into their brains. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And that knowledge, that faith in myself is really cool. And I'm really excited to keep going. So yeah, my goal for 2024 is to keep going on the path that I have started in 2023. It is to keep moving forward, writing in this one project, to get it as polished as I can make it, to share it to beta readers so that they can give me feedback and I can polish it more, and creating my query package. And I'm going to take you guys along on my journey. I am going to continue filming and uploading videos to hopefully track this process, because for the last 3 months I have been super focused on the writing, and that's been great. But I don't have much record of what that process looked like in the moment. My next video is going to be going through that process, what it looked like, how I did it, all those things. And hopefully I'll be able to have that up next week and continue moving forward and tracking it live rather than having to rely on my terrible journaling and note-taking and all of the things that I tried to do, but then I forget to put dates on what I'm doing. So it's like I don't actually know when things started or stopped or went or didn't. And I like the idea of continuing to work on videos as well as writing, because this is a different form of creativity that I like to explore. So yeah, those are my 2024 writing goals, or more specifically, my 2024 writing goal. The one thing that I want to accomplish is to get this book query ready, and I need to get started on doing that because, again, it is January 10th as I am filming, and I have written 0 words, and I want this to be a completed draft by the end of February or mid-March. So I've got work to do. Let me know if you have a similar goal for 2024, if you are working to finish something, or if you are already done and you're ahead of me into the process and you're already at your peak and querying, or if you've done that in the past. I don't know. I want to know about other people's writing processes because it is very new to me to be so hyper-focused on just one project. I'm usually working in several different ideas at once, or at least doing writing exercises where I'm exploring different ideas but kind of focusing on one project. So even all my writing exercises are exercises to work in this world, and I've never done that before. Are you a one project at a time kind of writer? Or are you someone like I used to be bouncing around and all the things? Have you tried both? And which one do you like more? Because I'm surprised that I like focusing on one project. I thought I needed to bounce around and do different things. I thought that was the only way I could do different creative things. But if my writing is focused on one specific project, then I can bounce around and do other creative things outside of writing, like make YouTube videos. And it's really exciting to do that as well. So let me know your feelings and your goals for 2024. If you think I'm crazy to try to get from 0 to query in 1 year, let me know that as well, because I think I'm crazy too. I look forward to continuing to take you guys along on my process, and hopefully I won't be another 3 months before I upload a video, considering I've got one planned and in the works to be up next week. Fingers crossed that actually happens. Thank you so much for coming. Remember to like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing how this comes out, because I certainly am, and I am inconsistent when posting on YouTube, no matter how much I try and tell myself I'm gonna post every Wednesday. Lies. It is currently Wednesday and I'm just filming, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. Hopefully next Wednesday.